Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all safe and healthy. So today I'm visiting the X Cars dealership to take a look at the 2022 model of the Mercedes-AMG G63. So I'll let you know everything about the G63 that you need to know, and I'll be leaving chapters down below to specific parts of the car so that you can easily take a look at the parts of the car that you are interested in. So I'll be leaving the chapters down below. And I also wanted to say thanks to X Cars for allowing me to make the video with the G63. And to show that thanks, I want you guys to follow them on Instagram. The link will be in the description. So please do that. And if you're new to the channel, by the way, do leave a like and do subscribe to the channel as well. And do turn on your notifications so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload later videos. And now let's take a look at the G63. Alright guys, so here it is, the 2022 G63 AMG, and for the 22 model year, Mercedes have done no changes. And first things, before talking about the design, I'll let you know the price of this particular car. So this one here in this opal white is 1,260,000 reals. I'll convert it into dollars for you guys. So now let's start with the front design, and like I told you, there are no changes for the 22 model year and it looks the same. So you have that same Pan Americana grille and you have your large 3-pointed star. You can also see there is a front camera as well that helps in 360-degree view. And you can also see that they are blacked out, the slats in the grille as well as the Mercedes badge, because this particular G63 has the night package 2. So night package 1 does not do that, does not blacken out the grille or the whole grille. It just blacks out some of the elements around the car. But the night package 2 blacks out almost everything around the car. Then down below you can see we have the aggressive AMG bumper, which is obviously open, and you have access to all the radiators from here. So obviously, because it has to cool that engine under the hood. And just in front of the bumper you can see we have this brush guard in Magno Black. And you can also get it in silver, but since this has the night package, it is blacked out. And obviously it's there for aesthetic purposes as well, but if you don't like it, you can remove it as well. Then you have the multi-beam LEDs, which I do like the design of a lot. Currently you can see currently it has the LED DRL turned on. I'll just show you a clip of the whole headlight turned on as well. This is your headlight washer. Up top you have your indicators. On the wings itself, these are carried over from the previous generation of the G63 or the G-Wagon, and obviously it helps to position the car pretty nicely around the corners and curves as well. So overall, pretty good looking front bumper or the front design. And now let's move on to the side. So this is the side design of the G63, and obviously it's a pretty boxy design. The design of the G63 reminds me of the drawings that small children do when they are told to draw a car. So it has exactly that kind of shape. The G-Wagon was designed as a military vehicle, so that's why it has that boxy industrial shape, and it has been carried out throughout the generations, and now it has actually become iconic. So let's start with these details around the side. So the first detail is obviously these wheels. As standard, the G63 comes with the 20-inch wheels, which do look good, but they are a bit small considering the size of this car. And these particular ones are the 22-inch rims, and they look pretty good. And the size of this one is 295 section tires with a 40 series sidewall, and obviously the 22-inch rim. And behind the rims you can see we have some huge brakes and also the red color brake caliper. If you don't like the red, you can get it in silver as well. The size of the tire remains same on all four corners, so you don't have a staggered setup like most Mercedes models, like a smaller front tire and a larger rear tire. So it's the same all around. And like I told you, you can get this with the trail package. So the trail package adds all-terrain tires, and you get those 20-inch rims as standard, because obviously with these larger rims the off-roading will be a bit tough. But with the trail package you get some protection on the inside or the underside of the car or the SUV, and you have those 20-inch rims with the all-terrain tires. Then you have these black stripes across the side of the body, and I think they come in silver, but since this has the black package, it is blacked out. And here you have your AMG badge with the V8 bi-turbo, and that whole thing continues all the way to the side. Then down below you have some running boards. So this is a brand new car, so that's why all the running boards are covered in plastic, so do keep that in mind. Then we have the side mirrors that are blacked out as well. So the side mirrors get blacked out as part of the night package. Here you can see the fuel economy of this particular G63, which is very poor, just 9 km per liter, and that's to be expected because it has a pretty huge V8, which we'll talk about later. But here is the
door handle. So the door handle and the door locking mechanism are taken from the previous generation, so that's why you have this industrial design. And sadly, because of that, you don't get keyless entry, but that is because many of the previous generation or the new buyers, they were interested in that industrial locking mechanism, which I'll just show you. So here's the key, and when I lock the car, I hope you can just hear this. And here's the locking mechanism right over here, and then you do have to give it a nice push so that you can shut down the door properly, and it is pretty heavy though. There we go. Then you also have the exposed hinges, so that was also a trademark of the previous generations. Then down below you do have quad exhaust, so 2 on each side, and they are side exit exhausts, not from the back. Then you have that similar rear tire, and I think this small element over here, I'm not sure what it is. I tried to find an explanation everywhere, but I couldn't. But I think this is something that helps to release the air pressure inside the cabin. I think it is meant for that because it has an opening over here, so most probably it works with that. Then let's come to the rear of the car. So again, you have that square boxy design and the industrial shape of it, and you do have LED tail lights right over here with your AMG badge, which is blacked out because of the night package, and you have your G63 badge again blacked out with the night package. Then you have the full size spare tire over here with its cover. So this one is in body color while everything else is blacked out, and you can also see the Mercedes star is blacked out as well as a part of the night package. So this particular G63 has the tow hitch over here, so you can obviously tow with this car. I'll put down the numbers of how much this can tow. Then you do have some mud flaps. This particular car, they are optional though, but you can get the mud flaps if you want. Now let's take a look at the boot space, and then we'll go on from there. Okay, so to open the boot, you obviously have to use that same locking mechanism over here, and there we go. The door is pretty heavy, by the way, because of the spare tire. So this one does have some G manufacturer options, so I think that helps to extend the leather all the way to this end over here. And this one has the yacht blue interior package, so that's why the leather is in the blue color. I don't think it shows up in the camera pretty well, but it does look pretty good. And then here's the boot space. So nice square shape, but it's not the biggest boot on the market. If you want a bigger boot, you can get that from the GLS and stuff, but this one, it is pretty usable. You have a total of 667 liters of space. That's like 23.5 cubic feet. That is with the front seats or the rear seats up, and you can obviously fold them down. I'll just show you how to fold them down. So to fold the seats down, you have to pull this latch over here, which pushes this part up, and then you have to push this lever, which folds the seat. So that obviously gives you sort of a flat floor, but you do have a ridge. And together with the seats folded, you have a total of 1941 liters of space, which is like 68.5 cubic feet, and pretty impressive as well. Other than that, I don't think you have a lot of features in the boot. You do have some tethering points and nettage, but that's about it. And now let's take a look at the engine bay. So guys, this is the engine bay of the G63 AMG. So obviously you have that one man, one engine philosophy going on here as well. And this particular person has made this engine. So that's why you have his sign. So you have the 4-liter twin turbo V8, which produces 585 horsepower and around 627 pound-feet of torque, which is like 850 Newton meters, which is pretty impressive for a boxy SUV like this. And it is attached to a 9-speed AMG speed shift transmission, and together this whole package moves this 2.5 ton SUV or 5,600 pound SUV from 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. This is what Mercedes says on their website, and to a top speed of 220 kilometers per hour, which is like 137 miles per hour. And if you go for the AMG drivers package, that top speed is increased to 240 kilometers per hour, which is like 149 miles per hour. So overall, pretty impressive for such a heavy and boxy SUV. And I think that's all there is to show in the engine bay. But I will put up a clip of the exhaust sound right now, just after this, and then we'll move on to the interior. Okay guys, so before we move on to the interior, I just wanted to say, so far if you're enjoying this video, do leave a like and do subscribe to the channel as well, and do turn on your notifications so that you will be the first ones to know when I upload later videos. And now let's take a look at the interior. So again, you have to use that door handle to open the interior. Now since this is a brand new car, this is covered with the cardboard, so I'll just show you the other side of that door, because that has the trim opened up, so just bear with me. Okay, so I'll show you the door trim on this side because there's no cardboard covering over here, but you can see currently the ambient lighting is turned on, and this part is actually the blue leather that you see over here, so it's called yacht blue. But since it's a bit shadowy over here, that's why you can't see the color, and also due to the ambient lighting. But you can see it is covered with leather all the way. So this has the G manufacturer option of the I think it's called dynamic leather plus, something like that. So that's why you get this diamond quilting on the seats as well, and then the diamond quilting is here as well. But the overall, the leather quality is really nice. You have the soft touch leather right up top, you have your window controls here. This leather is also nice and soft with your diamond quilting. This is your grab handle, again pretty high quality. Here you have your seat controls, and you also have seat heating, cooling as well, and this is for your controlling the central locking. You do get Burmester sound system, and this is your grab handle or the handle to open the door. This particular one has piano black over here, but if you want, you can get carbon fiber as well. Then this whole part is covered in leather because it has the extended leather package, it looks like. You have your Burmester sound system right over there, and you do have a decent size of door pockets. Then this particular handle, as you can see, has the G manufacturer logo on it. It is etched in there, which because of that you can feel each of the letters. And this thing, it looks like it has a silver finish on it, and it is pretty solid as well. These are your seats, the yacht blue like I told you, and you have your AMG logo here, and the leather is really nice and soft. And now let's take a seat inside, and I'll show you everything over there. Okay, one thing that I believe Mercedes should do is that they should have some kind of grab handle over here so that you can place your foot on the running board and get inside. But there is no grab handle, so it will be a bit awkward, but I'll try to get in as nicely as possible. One more thing I wanted to show you, you have the illuminated AMG sill plates. And now let's take a seat inside. Okay, so I am in the interior of the G63 AMG, and again Mercedes have done no changes over here. So the overall quality around the dashboard, you can see this extended leather all over here is pretty nice and soft touch. You do have some small Burmester speakers over here as well. Then you do have that familiar air vent. Then here you do have some controls, which I'll try to show you. So this is, I believe, your parking sensors. Then this is for your lane assist, and these are your light controls. So that's all the controls over there. Then you do have two 12.3-inch displays, which are again similar, no changes in the software. And I think that is something Mercedes might do in the 23 model year. For the G63, they have to update the software in these two systems, because this is the old command system and not the new MBUX systems, which is touch based. You have to use this command system through this dial over here, which is easy to use, but the touch is actually better sometimes. So this particular car has this carbon fiber and Alcantara, or you can say Dynamica microfiber steering wheel. So the microfiber part is over here with your carbon fiber up top and at the bottom as well. It is a flat bottom steering wheel with your AMG logo over here, and this has the AMG controls as well on the steering wheel. So let's talk about the digital driver's display first. So let's see, pressing the back button over here takes you to your trip computer, but you can swipe across to navigation, so that will show that over there. Then you can go through radio, media, telephone. You can also change the design of this whole driver's display. So currently it's on sport, but you can select classic. Then you can go through progressive as well, but I think the sport design does look the best. Then you can go back, then you can swipe across, change something over here, and then you do have some more information right over here. So this one here was your date, then here's your G meter, here's your boost pressure and stuff, tire pressures. Then you have your this is the fuel economy, then this is your navigation bar, and that's it. Some controls behind the steering wheel. Here's your windshield controls, and these are your PRND or the gear selector. Then this part actually controls, this top part controls this display, and this part controls the main central display. Here you have your cruise control setting with the lane assist and stuff, or the distance thing. Then here you have your voice controls and the call function and the volume as well. Then here you do have some controls for your driving modes, so you can change your driving modes. Currently it's on comfort, so you can go from comfort to sport. That changes something, the display over there. Then you can go from sport to sport plus, again you get that display over there. Then you can go, that's the last I think so. Then back to comfort. Then you do have individual. You can obviously change all the settings over there. Then you have slippery for obviously wet conditions, and that's it. So we'll keep it on sport plus for now, just like that, because it looks good. Then you do have some controls over here. So this is your damper controls, and you can change it from here. So this one is to control your exhaust sound. This is for your auto start stop. This is for your AMG dynamics. This is for traction control and the suspension things. You can control it from here if you want. So you can go from comfort, sport, sport plus. Then here you do have some more controls. So I think this is for your drivetrain. So currently it's on manual transmission mode or automatic, and you have those controls right over here. Then let's come to the center screen. So like I told you, this is the command screen, and you can control it from this controller over here. And so you do have some different kinds of like radio navigation. You can click that, and it obviously takes you to the navigation screen. Then you can go back. You do have your radio, media, telephone, and in terms of telephone, you do have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as well. Then you do have the vehicle, and in vehicle I believe you can control all the stuff like in the seats. You do have the driver seat massage stuff. Then here you have your climate control, dynamic select, assistance, light settings. So in light settings obviously you can change the ambient lighting, and let's see, you can change whatever color you do want. So that's all the things over there. Then we come to the center part, and here you have a start stop button. Here you have some more air vents. These are your locking differential stuff, and you can obviously do that, but you have to switch on the car to control that. Then here you have your climate controls. Then here you have your shortcut buttons for the main center display, and here you do have the watch as well from IWC, which looks really good. Then here you do have your cup holders as well, and you do have a 12-volt socket inside, and this is a closable lid in gloss black, but if you want you can get a wood finish or carbon fiber finish as well. Then here's the center console. So you have the circular wheel to control the main display. You can go home or back. Then this is your dynamic select. This is again for going into the manual mode for the transmission, your traction control. This is I think a touchpad as well. And then here you have your volume controls, exhaust button, and your cameras. The cameras are right over here. So the quality is good, but it can be better as well. So you can go from this 360-degree view. Currently this door is open, so that's why you can't see it, but you do have a wide angle view. Then you do have this view over here, and another rear view, and this is a top down view for aligning your tow hitch, and this is your 360 degree, but for that the car has to be turned on. So that's it. Then let's take a look at the armrest. So nice and soft. You can open it this way. You do have felt lining inside, so it feels pretty nice and soft. You do have some USB-C USB ports. So let's just take a look. So you have an SD card slot and 2 USB-C ports, and it looks like you do have some storage here as well. Then here's your glove box, which is again lined with felt, and I don't know what that is, maybe for attaching something, but it's a small size of glove box for such a big car. Here's your grab handle like I showed you before. Then here you have some more Burmester, or you have an extra Burmester speaker system with your LED lights, and I think that's your control for the sunroof, which is pretty small, and you have a manual shade as well. And over here you do have some light controls which you can shut on and off from here over here. Then here you have your visors, pretty nice and big, but you can see you have these halogen type of lights. Now let's talk about the space inside. So sitting in these sport seats or AMG seats, I do have a good, really nice amount of headroom. That's to be expected because this car is pretty big in terms of the height. In the seats I'm pretty comfortable, and these bolstered seats actually have a function in them. So if you're cornering at a high speed and you have a lot of G-forces, so the seats bolster will adjust according to the G-forces to keep you straight and not bend over like this. So that is a pretty nice feature, but I think that's all there is to show. One thing I'll try to show you is the view outside. So here, this is kind of my point of view. So you can see these A pillars are pretty nice and thin, which give you a nice view outside. You can see those indicators right across over there, which help you place the SUV on corners or when you're parking as well. But that is pretty nice. From the behind, the view is a bit blocked because of that spare tire, but you do have your rear reversing camera for that. So that's all there is to show in the front. Now let's move on to the back seats. So taking a look at the back seats, so the door trim is similar as in the front. You do have that nice soft touch materials with your window controls. This is your locking pin, and you have that same blue leather material over here. You have those grab handles, and these seats are heated as well. And overall pretty much the same. You do have a good amount of space in this door cubby over here, and you do have a pretty nice and small AMG sill plate, which is illuminated by the way. And now let's take a look at the seats. So these seats are again similar like in the front. You do have that same quilting and that blue color. I hope I can just show it to you clearly. So this particular car has the rear entertainment package, which gives you I think two 10-inch screens, but this one is covered up because it's a brand new car. But I'll just give you a small sneak peek over here. And now let's try to take a seat inside. Okay, so this is something I expected to happen. So the front seat is currently set to my driving position. I am 6'4" or 195 centimeters, and you can see I have no knee room behind myself, but I can sit for a short journey. Anyone below 6'4" should be fine, but obviously for me, I cannot sit exactly behind myself. I can obviously sit if someone shorter is sitting in the passenger seat, but exactly behind myself, that will be a bit tough. But let's take a look at some of the features you get in the interior. So you do have some door pockets. Then here you can see we have some smaller circular vents, and this particular car has the 3-zone climate control. You don't get a 4-zone, but you do have a temperature and fan control right over here. You do have some connectivity right here. So you have a 5-volt USB socket, it looks like, and a 12-volt socket as well, and that's obviously to store something, or you can use it as an ashtray as well. Let me show you the headroom. So obviously these rear seats are a bit higher than the fronts, and despite that I do have a good amount of headroom. And you can ignore the cap because the cap sits a bit higher than my actual head, so even the cap is not touching the roof, so that means I do have a comfortable amount of headroom. And this roof lining is pretty nice and soft as well, and feels pretty good to the touch. You can see the sunroof bump just stops right over here, so that opens up some of the headroom over here. And here's the armrest, by the way. So nice blue leather with your cup holders. It's not covered, by the way, but pretty high quality, or at least you do have a armrest as well. And I think that's all there is to show in the AMG G63.
So that was the video on the G63 AMG. Hope you enjoyed it a lot, and I really did like the car. Unfortunately, I couldn't drive it because this was a customer vehicle and it's not meant for test drive. But beside that, I think the material quality, the amount of customizability that Mercedes provides you, if you go to the configurator, you'll know about it, because you have a lot of paint options, a lot of interior options, and exterior customizations. You have a lot of stuff, so you can truly create a special G63 or a one of a kind G63 as well. So that is something I really like. But obviously that takes the price higher as well. Overall, I think the G63 is more of a lifestyle choice than a practical choice, because out there in the Mercedes lineup itself, you have the GLE and GLS, which are a bit bigger in terms of the interior space than the G63 itself, and they have better software as well. So I think instead of buying the 2022 G63, I think you should wait for the 23 model year, because I think it, according to the rumors, it might have the new MBUX system. So I think it's better to wait for that. But I think that's all there is to say. So hope you enjoyed the video a lot, guys. Do leave a like and do subscribe to the channel as well, and do turn on your notifications so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload later videos. And thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and bye bye.